1 month ago, I turned around less than a half mile from reaching the fire lookout. I knew it was the right decision at the time. The last section of the trail up to the lookout was covered in snow. There were down trees everywhere, and I was completely alone up there. After I got home from that hike, I couldn't stop thinking about the trail. Not because I felt like I had failed, but because I couldn't stop wondering if I could actually do it. So today I'm back. But this time, I'm heading up a slightly different route. I have no idea if this new route is going to actually work, but I have to at least try. Round 2 of hiking up to the lookout. It's been over a month since I've done this hike. Hopefully the snow has melted at top. I still don't know if there's a bunch of down trees. I was trying to read some trip reports. The last trip report I saw was like over a week ago, and people had mentioned down trees. So only one way to find out, and that's just go find out for ourselves. So let's go hiking. I never considered having to turn around on my previous hike up to the lookout a failure. If anything, it was the best decision I could have made. But just because I made the decision to turn around didn't mean I wasn't interested in making it up to the lookout. As soon as I got home, I started studying maps of the area and reading more trip reports. I was determined to see if there was another way up to the lookout. As soon as I found a possible alternate route to get up there, I knew I had to come back and hike this one again. All right, so I just ran into a guy hiking down and was asking about trail conditions, and he said that there was still a lot of down trees. In fact, he turned around because he was tired of climbing all the down trees. When I get to the road, then I'm going to take the road, because according to my map, that road will junction with another road or trail, and then I can take that trail up another road, which will get me up to the lookout. So I wouldn't have to go through that 1.5 miles of down trees. Now, the thing with that pivot is it does add an extra mile each way. So it's an extra 2 miles. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I just don't want to climb up and down a bunch of trees. Sounds like the snow might be melted. Those trees that I was climbing up and over were pretty gnarly a month ago. So if they still haven't cleared those down trees, then I don't want to deal with those trees. But if I can take a road up there and not have to deal with down trees and hike an extra 2 miles, well, I'm okay with that. But we'll see. The adventure continues. We will see what the trail has in store. And the guy told me he ran into a bear up there. Small brown bear, but it's still a bear. But he said once the bear saw him, it ran in the other direction. So good thing I have my bear spray. And more than likely, I am now probably the only one out here. It's Montana for you. There's the trail. And this is where things got interesting. Even though I had a plan, things sometimes have a funny way of changing once you get out here. Even though this new alternate route looked promising on the map, one map doesn't always tell you the whole story. There were so many things I still didn't know about this other route. Would there be down trees? Would there be snow? Would the road or trail even go through? There was only one way to find out, and that was to keep hiking and find out for myself. Somebody's been back here cutting branches since I was here a month ago. As well, there's still down trees. A lot of these big branches are gone, making it way easier to get up and under and over these things. Thank you, whoever's been out here cleaning up the trail. Much appreciated. Lately, I've been trying to spend more time outside of my comfort zone, doing things that scare me or make me feel a little uncomfortable. Not because I'm trying to prove how tough I am,
not to YouTube, not to anyone else, not even to myself. It was simply because every time I do something that scares me and makes me feel a little uncomfortable, I end up trusting myself a little more after I do it. That's exactly what happened after I hiked up to the top of University Mountain. That's what happened when I drove up the Forest Service Road and hiked the House of Sky Trail for the first time. And that's what happened the first time I came hiking up here, even when I ended up having to turn around. Confidence isn't just about reaching a specific destination. Confidence is trusting yourself enough to make the right decision when things don't go according to plan, even if it means having to turn around before making it to the top.
Made it to the road. According to my map, it looks like there's a road that goes up to the lookout. I don't think it's for cars. I think it's more for like four-wheelers and bikes. I'm a little confused because I've ran into two people now that were heading back down, and they both turned around. They didn't make it up to the lookout because of the down trees, but they said something about trees being across the road. Maybe there's trees down on this way too. I don't know, but I'm going to find out. I made the decision that as soon as I come across down trees across the road, that'll be my turning around point, because I just really don't feel like going up and over down trees. The ones I did so far were fine. I really don't want to do any more, but I want to make it to the lookout, so we'll see how far we can get.
A month ago, I couldn't make it past this section thanks to all of the snow and down trees. But today, instead of having to face all of those obstacles again, I'm taking an alternate route to see if I can make it to the top.
We'll see what happens. The adventure continues. Here's where I have to make a decision. I either continue going up the road, which looks like it's a slightly longer way, or I go up this trail. Now my gut says stay on the road if I want to avoid blowdowns, because I imagine this trail will go into the trees and there's probably going to be blowdowns. If I stick to the road, it's wider, less chance of blowdowns, but a little longer. So I think I'm going to stick to the road. Let's see what happens.
At this point, I still didn't 100% know if this alternate route would get me to the lookout. The road seemed promising, but the trail has thrown plenty of surprises my way before, and after my last experience of being out here trying to make it to the top, I didn't want to make any assumptions, so I just kept going.
There it is.
And just like that, I made it to the top. A month ago, I was on the other side, down there in those trees, less than a half mile from this exact spot, and had to turn around. Today, I finally made it to the lookout. To be honest, the view up here wasn't the best part of this hike today, although it was pretty awesome to see all the nearby mountains. The best part of my hike today was knowing that I came back to finish what I had started a month ago. I think a lot of people assume being confident means never turning around, never doubting yourself, and never feeling scared. But confidence doesn't look like that in my life. Confidence isn't proving that you're fearless or never having to turn around. Confidence is trusting yourself enough to try again. Having to turn around on my hike up here a month ago didn't mean my original hike was a failure. It was just preparation. That hike gave me the information I needed to come back and hike this one again today.
I think by the time I get back to my car, I'll have done a 14-mile day. Not too shabby. And I made it to the lookout. Yay! I really like this trail. I don't think I would like this trail in the middle of summer because it's so exposed. It'd be really hot and there's no water. But when there's just a little bit of cloud cover, it's really nice. It's really beautiful. Everything is green. Yeah, I really like this trail. I'm so glad I came back and did it. And going up the road was the move. I'm hungry. I think tonight I am going to treat myself to a burger and some fries. It sounds really good. And I've totally earned it. All right, this trail isn't going to hike itself.
Making it up to the lookout wasn't the most important thing about either one of my hikes. The most important thing was being able to trust myself both times I came out here. Trusting myself enough to call my hike and turn around when I needed to, and trusting myself enough to come back and hike this one as soon as I was ready. Something I've realized recently is that I can't become a confident solo hiker by sitting at home wondering if I can do hard things. I become a confident solo hiker by showing up and finding out for myself.
There's my car.
Sometimes this means reaching my intended destination. Sometimes it means having to turn around. Either way, I always end up learning more about myself every time I come out here. And this time, I made it to the lookout and I got the burger. And I consider that a pretty good day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy trails and keep on trucking.